Good morning, guys. So we're now in Grand Canyon and we woke up relatively early today because it gets hot early in the morning and it's better to start your day and trail early in the morning, so that's what we did. This is a rim trail which we are taking today, and it goes through the Grand Canyon views, so you can see different viewpoints. When we'll get to the final point, you can see some view behind me. When we'll get to the final point, we'll take a shuttle bus, which will take us to probably, let's see if I can show you that, to that place. You can go by car or by shuttle bus, which we decided to do today. And yeah, we will see what we will do today for the evening. There are plenty of different options and we'll keep you updated. So this is a rim trail map and we are currently here, and from here we are taking this red dot route and we're gonna go until this place, and afterwards we're just gonna take a shuttle bus which will take us towards up this point, and this is recommended route and it's supposed to be very beautiful, so we're gonna go and continue the route now. South Rim Trail is one of the easiest ways to experience the Grand Canyon. Most of the trail is paved, making it accessible for almost everyone, while offering incredible views almost the entire way. As we continued walking along the Rim Trail, we started seeing these little squirrels everywhere. They're incredibly cute and surprisingly friendly. Some of them will even come quite close to you, almost as if they're asking for food. As tempting as it might be, please don't feed them. The National Park Service asks visitors not to feed any wildlife because once animals get used to people giving them food, they start relying on humans instead of finding their own natural food. I didn't know about this, and this is explanation that I received.
And then if they get used to getting the easy food and then they get booted, then they'll die.
So if you're gonna visit the Grand Canyon and you'll stumble upon these cute animals, please don't feed them. Even though I know it can be very tempting, it's very important for them to be able to find and provide food for themselves. Even though I noticed that some of the people were still feeding the squirrels and other animals, please just don't follow this example. And now let's leave those fuzzy animals behind and let's get back to the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is about 446 kilometers long and up to 29 kilometers wide, so even after spending a whole day here, you only see a small part of it. One thing I really liked is that there are so many viewpoints along the South Rim. Even though they're all looking at the same canyon, every stop gives you a completely different perspective. It's definitely worth taking your time instead of stopping at just one viewpoint. I want also to quickly mention that we visited during the summer, so it was quite busy. The main viewpoint can be crowded, and especially around the middle of the day, if you're looking for a quieter experience, I'd recommend coming early in the morning or later in the afternoon. Another quick advice is that if you're planning to stay inside the national park like we did, make sure to book your campsite well in advance. Especially during the summer months, campgrounds can sell out several months ahead, so it's definitely something you don't want to leave until the last minute. If it's your first time visiting, I definitely recommend stopping at one of the visitor centers first. You can pick up free maps, talk to park rangers, learn about the different hiking trails, and find information about viewpoints, restaurants, and other facilities throughout the park. We also spent some time exploring the exhibits where they explain how the Grand Canyon was formed. Some of the rocks you'll see here are nearly 2 billion years old, making them among the oldest exposed rocks anywhere in North America. So we wanted to take the Kaibab trail, which goes down to the canyon, but because of the fires, as you can see in front of you, they closed the lower part of the canyon, so we couldn't do it. And that's why we chose the ramp trail for today.
One thing I really liked about the Grand Canyon was the free shuttle bus system. During busy seasons, it's often much easier than driving because parking fills up quickly. The buses stop at many of the main viewpoints, visitor centers, hiking trails, and restaurants, making it really convenient to explore different parts of the park without moving your car. Our last stop in Grand Canyon was Hermit's Rest. This historic viewpoint has been welcoming visitors since 1914 and marks the end of the scenic Hermit Road. There is a small gift shop, a snack bar, and it's a nice place to relax before heading back. One thing that really surprised me was how beautiful the forest was. Before coming here, I imagined the Grand Canyon would be mostly rocks and desert, but the south rim is actually covered with pine and juniper trees. The contrast between the green forest and the massive canyon is incredible. Unfortunately, while we were there, a wildfire in the area became much stronger. You can actually see the smoke getting thicker across the canyon. Thankfully, the south rim remained open during our visit, but it was definitely a reminder how quickly conditions can change. With that, it was time to say goodbye to the Grand Canyon. We spent almost the entire day exploring different viewpoints, and I honestly feel like you could come back several times and still discover something new.
Good morning, guys. This is our last viewpoint in Grand Canyon. We're hanging out now. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and our next stop is Monument Valley.
The next morning, we hit the road once again. Our next destination was one of the most iconic landscapes in American Southwest, Monument Valley. After everything we'd seen in the Grand Canyon, I didn't think the scenery could get any more dramatic, but I was definitely wrong. After leaving the Grand Canyon, we had about a 3-hour drive ahead of us. The scenery slowly transformed from forests and canyons into wide open desert, and eventually those famous sandstone buttes started appearing on the horizon. Monument Valley is one of the most recognizable landscapes in the world. Even if you've never been here before, you've probably seen it in movies, TV shows, or commercials. Unlike a national park, Monument Valley is located within a Navajo Nation and is managed by Navajo people. Visiting here also means supporting the local community and learning about their culture and history. Before heading into Monument Valley, we made one last stop at Golding's Lodge for lunch. I decided to try Navajo fry bread, one of the region's most well-known traditional foods. Despite the name, it's not really like bread. It's a soft fried dough that's crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. Reminds me a lot of the food that I had in my childhood when I was growing up in the country of Georgia. After lunch, we drove just a few more minutes to the entrance of Monument Valley Navajo Tribal Park. Unlike U.S. national parks, Monument Valley is managed by the Navajo Nation. The entrance fee helps support the local community while preserving one of the most iconic landscapes in the American Southwest. Before leaving, we stopped by one of the local gift shops, which was inside of this place. Besides handmade Navajo jewelry and artwork, they also sell pottery, blankets, and other crafts created by local artisans. It's a great place to support the community and take home something that's actually made here, and it's a great place to buy some gifts for your friends. After spending a few hours exploring Monument Valley, it was time to continue our road trip. But before heading to our next destination, there was one stop I absolutely couldn't miss. And maybe some of you already understood and guessed, what I'm talking about, but if you didn't, keep watching and you'll see shortly what I'm talking about. This stretch of Highway 163 has become one of the most famous roads in America. If it looks familiar, you've probably seen it in the movie Forrest Gump. It's right here that Forrest suddenly stopped his cross-country run and said, "I'm pretty tired, I think I'll go home now." This viewpoint has become known as Forrest Gump Point. And this also explains why you see so many people lined up to be able to take some photos or some videos of themselves running on this hill. Even though we'd already explored the valley itself, seeing it from this perspective somehow made it feel even more massive. It was the perfect way to say goodbye before continuing our journey to the next destination. As we continued our drive, we made one more quick stop at a place preserving ancient petroglyphs. These rock carvings were created hundreds and in some cases thousands of years ago by the ancestral Puebloan people and other Native American cultures. They left behind images of animals, people, and symbols, giving us a glimpse into life in the Southwest long before modern roads and cities existed. After a short break, we got back on the road and continued toward our destination for the night. As evening approached, we arrived in the small town of Kayenta and checked into the Atomic Blue Motor Inn.
Here we are, home for the night.
It was the perfect place to rest after a day filled with incredible landscapes and hundreds of miles on the road. After checking into our motel, it was finally time to catch up on something every road trip eventually needs: laundry. We dropped everything off at a local laundromat and, with about an hour to spare, decided to grab some dinner nearby, which was basically next door to it. And by the time we finished eating, we were treated to one last surprise. A beautiful desert sunset painted the sky, and a few deer casually wandered past the motel. It was a perfect, peaceful ending to an unforgettable day. And if you enjoyed watching my video, please like and subscribe. See you next time.